Hello, FTW listeners. Just a quick note. This is the post UFC 217 podcast. We recorded it in the car on my phone just because there was a lot of crazy stuff that happened. And I wanted Brad's raw, uncut reaction. So the audio quality is really bad. I had to make a decision. The way our noise reduction program works, it ended up we could either make it sound like we are speaking underwater, or you can only hear the car running. So we had to make that decision, and unfortunately, reducing the car noise. So hopefully you enjoy it. Next Tuesday, we'll be coming back with normal audio quality, racism in the NBA. So hope you enjoy.
For the win! He did it!
Welcome, FTW.
FTW.
Post UFC 217. In the car. Yep, on the way home.
On my Galaxy.
Let me tell you something. I shouldn't have ate so much food because I got the biggest slice of humble pie on my plate right now. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'll let everyone know this might be too soon for me.
Let's hear it. Right? Turn up, Brad. Let's do it. I don't give a shit about UFC.
I'm so freaking mad. I'm so freaking mad at every single fight on the main card. Except for, all the fights that we broke down, so freaking mad. And all these hillbillies who are voting for GSP, he hasn't fought in almost 5 years. And they're like, GSP. They know nothing about Michael Bisping. They know absolutely nothing. They're like, stop the fight. He's still defending himself, idiots. That's not how a fight works. That's not how these things work. And they're like, yay, he took Michael Bisping down, yay. I'm like, he gets up. Watch. I give it 2 seconds, and what do you know? He got up. Almost every freaking time. So we're gonna start.
Let's start at the top, dude. Let's start,
Joanna Jacek versus Rose Namajunas.
That bitch got knocked out.
But she didn't.
Holy shit.
She didn't really get knocked out. She tapped to strike,
punches.
which is something. You know what? George freaking St. Pierre was the first person that I remember tapping to strikes. But anyways, oh my gosh, it's made a joke. Anyone can just come back and fight whoever. It doesn't matter. Conor McGregor doesn't have to defend any of his belts. It doesn't matter. I mean, are we a sport or are we some kind of fictional entertainment company? I don't know. But anyways, Joanna versus Rose surprised the heck out of me. Joanna was right about one thing. Don't blink. It was a first round finish. Was it first or second? First round finish. Rose
beat her ass, dude.
Tapped to strikes.
Bro,
with her dead eyes.
There is nothing going on in that bitch's head.
And let me tell you something. The UFC done messed up again because they have they put no advertisement into Rose. So now they're stuck. Two different weight classes, both women's weight classes. The champion, you have no idea who the champion is. They put no stock into her. Stop doing that, UFC. Stop saying, here's the champion, here's the challenger. Let's focus all of the attention on the champion. Let's put not just one, but 2 spotlights on the champion. And just, who cares about the challenger? Because now you have 2 weight classes. You have 2 different divisions with champions we don't know. Which means we don't care about them. So yeah, surprising. That surprised the tar out of me. I'm not freaking ready for the next one. I'm not ready to talk about it.
Why did she lose, though? What about the fight how did she get so dominated?
She got rocked. So she got, I don't know. The thing is that, holy cow, I don't even know how to explain it. She just got rocked, and then ground and pounded her into submission. And the thing is Joanna may not be used to hits like that. She may not be used to getting hit like that. And because she's not used to it, she didn't prepare for it. You could have given her 10,000 daydreams. None of them would have ended like that. And so, it's so crazy how that went on.
I've got to worry.
Okay.
Hello, can I get a large sweet tea and a small fry, please? No, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, so 1,000, 2,000, 7 million daydreams she would never talk, something like that. I don't know. So she got freaking hit. Look, that's the one pickup. And then turned over, covered up, tapped the strikes. Which, I'm not gonna say, I don't know, there's one here. I'm not gonna say anything about anyone tapping the strikes, because I'd probably tap the strikes.
Oh, hell yeah. I get hit once and I'd be done.
So, I'm not saying anything about her character or about her fighting spirit or anything like that. She's held that belt for so long.
So wasn't that Rousey's problem? Ronda Rousey? She'd never been, hit that early or something?
No.
She'd never been rocked like that?
Well, no. Ronda Rousey's problem was, she got a huge KO, like a bad KO from a chick.
Is that Holly Holm?
Yes. No, wait, who was it? Who was it? Why can't I think of it? I'm just so frustrated. Thank you.
No, it's me.
Who is that? Raphael.
People play it?
Raphael said, "Dang, UFC 217 was awesome. GSP is back."
Raphael's fearless.
So, anyways, I don't know. Ronda Rousey got knocked out really bad. Came back too soon.
Fuck yeah, Babe Nash!
Anyways, after she lost, she faded into the darkness and she just cut herself off from the whole world. Didn't do any interviews or anything. I don't know, some kind of drama stuff, and then she came back and got murked. So, anyways, I guess Joanna did too now. First round TKO. Did not see that coming, but in my head a little bit, I was like, she could do it. The way she trained for this fight, the way Rose trained for this fight was something way different. So she had a whole coaching staff where they just focused on Rose. That's her team. It's just her.
Okay.
A bunch of coaches focusing on her. So clearly their time is not separated with anything. It's just solely on her. Cody Garbrandt.
No, that one was maybe more surprising. Because Garbrandt looked focused, like a stone cold killer. And Dillashaw was dicking around, it seemed like. He seemed like he was dicking around, super cocky about it. That was a rough one.
I had to leave after that one.
You did. You immediately stormed out.
You could have given me 10,000 day drinks. I would have never seen it that way. Cody Garbrandt is a little Mike Tyson. He knocks people out. He is a little knockout artist. My gosh. And he got knocked out by the douchiest fighter, I think, in all of UFC. That guy's such a douchebag. I hate TJ Dillashaw so much that the way he chews gum annoys me. The way that he cuts his hair bugs me. Like, literally, everything about him. He's speechless.
I've learned a few things about picking fights. Always go for the woman with the smallest titties. Always go against leg tats, I guess. Always pick against leg tats.
No.
I did not. Did I predict a fight right? I picked Costa right.
Yeah,
I was
Costa.
1 for 9.
Yeah, and this. Oh, so we're talking about the
I'm
undercard.
talking the whole 9.
The undercard.
We watched
and the
every
main card.
fight.
Yeah, we did. And here's the thing: I picked every undercard fight right.
You did. You totally did that.
Every undercard fight I picked right, and then every freaking fight in the main card, I got all of them wrong.
All right, Jacob. Welcome to the FTW Podcast. As always, Brad and Ray. Today joining us is the douchey younger cousin of Brad.
Yeah.
The man that plays a real sport. The man that passed out from a concussion recently. Jacob, give us your inside analysis. You went 3-0 tonight. Tell us why you picked who you picked. Because no, break it down each fight. I want bullet points. You cocky motherfucker. Why'd you pick Rose?
First off, I don't know nothing about fighting. And the only reason I picked Rose
is because she looks like a man and you're gay, right? Listen, you're on the internet, buddy. You better speak up.
I'm speechless. I ain't got nothing to say. I don't need to defend myself. I won. Y'all are just upset that I was right. So, going back to TJ Dillashaw, Cody Garbrandt, now, and new, hashtag and new. That's what this fight card should have been called. Not New York, Madison Square Garden, UFC 217. It should have been UFC hashtag and new.
When's the last time there was a UFC event and every belt changed hands?
I don't know if that's ever happened.
That's unfucking heard of, right? That's so crazy to think about.
Every single belt. There were 3 title defenses. That's such a stat card for 3 title defenses to be on one card, and every last one. No one defended their title. And let me tell you something. It makes me so mad that Cody Garbrandt, he never defended his title. He won it and lost in his next fight. To the douchiest, seemingly douchiest fighter on the UFC. Main portions. I don't even want to talk about any kind of like crazy undercard fighters.
Alright, I've got a question then.
Yeah.
We know 3 champions lost their belt tonight. Do you feel like the best fighter won each fight? Like, obviously, somebody can have a better night and win, but do you feel like the best fighter won in these fights? Do you think Dillashaw is better than Garbrandt, or Rose is better than Joanna and Jacek?
Now, okay, so when it comes to Rose and Joanna, I don't know. Both of them work their butts off, you know? And you can watch a lot of their training, you can watch a lot of their stuff. And here's the thing about Rose and Joanna, how is Rose gonna be as a champion? She has dead eyes. She doesn't talk. It was literally in the pre-fight panel, one of the reporters said, Rose, do you even want to be here? Like, are you even happy? You haven't said anything. And she's like, yeah, I'm happy. What makes you think I'm not happy? And you're like, well, you're just sitting there. You've said nothing. You don't say anything. You said absolutely nothing. She's like, yeah, no one's asking me any questions. No one knows who she is. No one knows. How is she going to handle this being a champion? I don't know. Hopefully good. Like, am I salty about that fight? No, I'm not. I'm not salty about that fight, but it was just like, not what I thought was going to happen. Not at all. Golly. But, okay, so that one could have went either way. That one could have went either way, honestly. Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw. That one's tricky, because this is what I'll say. Cody Garbrandt is the better fighter. TJ Dillashaw may be the better athlete.
Okay.
And then you have to think like, okay, this is a sport, yes, but it's also fighting. It's cage fighting. So who has the upper hand in this? I don't know. I really don't know. Shoot. It's I am salty about that one. I'll be 100% honest in this podcast. I'm really, really salty about that one. Because I just like Garbrandt better than Dillashaw.
So, it's not a hard thing to do. Dillashaw's a douche.
Seems like it, man. That's why I like it.
It's one of those guys you just hate when they win. He's like the LeBron to me, I guess. Like, in terms of, if we're talking NBA, he's my Kobe or he's my LeBron. And I just hate that they're successful and good at what they do.
Man. And that's the thing, like, I really think that loyalty is something super important in a person. But and you know what? He said that he tried to stay with Team Alpha Male. Dillashaw said he tried to stay with Team Alpha Male, but because he wanted to do a whole fight camp with Dwayne Ludwig in a different place, that they just kicked him out, and he never really wanted to leave. But I don't even know if I believe that, because Dwayne Ludwig was there in his corner tonight, but like he trained with other people. He went back to his high school wrestling coach, trained with him, or his college wrestling coach, I think, trained with him, and he's starting his own fight club, like his own fight team. So he does, like Cody Garbrandt said, you're bouncing around from camp to camp like a prostitute on the corner. He really is. He really is. There's no loyalty in it. I do think a lot of the things that Cody Garbrandt says, maybe a lot of it may be embellished a little from emotion, but I believe it. Like, I believe that it's true. I saw a video of him dropping him, and I saw him drop him tonight.
Yeah.
He dropped him. Now TJ Dillashaw also dropped Cody Garbrandt. I gotta say both their names. I don't know either of them. Can't call him Cody.
I don't know first name.
And say, what's up, Cody? Yeah. TJ dropped Cody. No, I don't know him. TJ Dillashaw did drop Cody Garbrandt, and I freaked out. Now, who's the better striker? Who showed the better striking in that? I would say Cody Garbrandt. But TJ Dillashaw dropped him and pounced, man. And it broke me a little bit inside.
Yeah.
Like I said, it took me up until, 25 years old before I even cared about a sport. And now I'm in it, and I'm balls deep in it. Like, I really care about it, and I like boxing too, but not nearly as much as I like this. I'm really invested into it. And I thought wholeheartedly that Cody Garbrandt was going to beat TJ Dillashaw on this. And I wanted it so bad. Like, I don't know if you saw me, but my under the table, like, when they were walking out, I couldn't stop shaking my legs, and I could feel, it almost felt like I took pre-workout. I felt my blood moving. I felt my blood moving in my veins, and it was warm.
That's nuts.
I was so amped for that fight. And a younger Brad probably would have caused a scene, I'll be honest. And you know what? I talked to my wife on the phone, and I said, you know what? All today now, because it's 12:17, I'm not talking to Jacob. And she said, that's silly. And I said, I don't care. I don't care if it's silly. I said I wasn't talking to him, and I'm not. Why? He doesn't know anything about these fighters. Ray, ask him to name both fighters from the last 3 fights. Just ask him to name them.
From the 3 fights tonight?
Yes.
Jacob, what? Name the 3 both fighters from the last 3 fights tonight.
The last 3 fights?
Tell him first and last name, too.
Joanna Young Jankovic, or however you say her last name. I don't know how to say her
name.
And then that Rose girl.
Rose what?
I don't know her last name.
Well,
I never heard it. And then it was...
I definitely said that.
Cody Garbrandt versus TJ Dillashaw, and then Michael Bisping versus GSP. George St. Pierre.
Ask him about the first fight in the main card.
Oh, this is the first fight on the main card, Jacob.
The first fight was the Joanna Young.
No, it wasn't.
What are you talking about?
There were 5 fights. There were 5 of them.
Oh, I don't care about the under.
No, it wasn't undercard.
What are you talking? I only care about the 3 main titles. That's all I care about.
I like how he said Joanna Jacek's last name. Venkajic. Or whatever he said. Oh my gosh. Ask him how many fights he's ever watched before.
Oh my god.
Just ask him.
12. Maybe 15.
And he freaking picked them all tonight.
Listen, maybe he's this UFC analytical genius and we just didn't know it.
I ought to, if you weren't driving, I ought to sock you right now.
Brad,
I can't, so anyways, next. Because I'm still fuming. Like, if I talk about Dillashaw, Cody Garbrandt much longer, I might pass out.
From the concussion?
No, from just emotions.
Brad, can I say one thing?
It's on the internet forever, bud. Go
Brad,
ahead.
can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm asking Brad. I need his permission.
Brad, does he have your permission?
Brad. Hey, Brad.
The last fight, George St. Pierre versus Michael Bisping.
That was a surpriser, I feel like.
That was super surprising to me.
He's been out 5 years?
Dang near 5 years.
He looked sharp, dude.
Well, that's the thing. The thing about him is he didn't stop training.
But,
He just
I mean,
stopped by.
there's so much training you can do. Like, a fight's... It's just like, is it like basketball? Like, there's only so much practice you can do. until like you need game time experience.
Yeah, before you get that ring rust.
Is it the same with UFC?
Yeah, absolutely. There is. Well, a lot of people say there is such a thing as ring rust. There are a few fighters that say no such thing. No such thing as ring rust. And so I'll say, other than Cody Garbrandt's last fight, versus Dominic Cruz,
Yeah.
all the people I've heard that say there's no such thing as ring rust have won.
Weird.
And so I feel like ring rust is probably more of a mindset than anything.
Gotcha.
Because
It's like a mental barrier.
yeah, because here's the thing that's a little bit, well, no, it's a little bit different, I think, than, say, like, practicing basketball. Is training for fighting, you spar people.
Okay.
And so you're actually fighting them in the gym. Well, because both of them are really trying to win. But then again, I guess you can scrimmage.
Yeah.
So I don't
Okay,
know.
well, I don't really know what sparring is in UFC. Are they trying to knock the other guy out? Are they trying
Oh
to
yeah,
submit
they
the
are.
other guy?
Yeah, they
It's
are.
like a real thing?
Yeah, like Michael Bisping, he kept saying like, I'm fighting, practicing, sparring, championship, time and championship number rounds, new sparring partner every single round. That helps his endurance. And he said, I've been knocking people out in the gym. Cody Garbrandt said, how many times did I knock you out in training? I mean, they knock each other out.
Makes sense.
They fight each other. There's injuries all the time during training. Like, so yeah, but that's the thing though. In basketball, I mean, they're really playing each other too. I'm sure. You know, they're probably dunking on each other and things like that. So,
But at the same time, like, if, I don't know, like, rank George St. Pierre, like, where is he? Is he like an all-time great, or is he
really,
just like
you
a
know,
good fighter?
no, he was an all-time great. He's a future Hall of Famer. But so is Michael Bisping.
Okay, so say, like, there's no way if LeBron retired right now, and he came back in 5 years at 37 years old, there's no way he would pick up where he left off. Is that GSP? Is that just how he was when he was fighting? Like, did he look older, or was there anything about his...
He's a little slower. But if you remember, like, our pre-fight podcast, I said he would probably be slower because he's carrying more weight.
Gotcha, yeah, because he moved up.
Yeah, he's carrying more weight than he was. But no, he had a different approach this time. He's a wrestler.
Yeah.
George St. Pierre is a wrestler. But he knows Michael Bisping's strengths. There's a lot of footage because Michael Bisping has been in the UFC for a long, long time, and he hasn't retired. And he doesn't take supplements either, so he's never been busted for anything, like any tainted supplements or anything like that. So he's never really in trouble. I think the worst thing he did was he ripped up another country's flag. It was a paper flag.
Oh, damn. What country?
Brazil, I think.
Oh, okay. Most common.
But anyways, so usually George St. Pierre he'll wrestle people down to the ground and he'll beat them, submit them, that way. But he knows Michael Bisping is a really hard fighter to take down to the ground, and like you saw tonight, a really, really hard fighter to keep on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with a world-class wrestler like that, for him to be able to get up to his feet that fast is really, really impressive. And he did it multiple times. Now, his cardio was really good. George St. Pierre's was good. He didn't fatigue that bad, but Michael Bisping didn't fatigue at all. I think a lot that hurt Michael Bisping in this was the fact that George St. Pierre did rip his shorts, and his I think his cup, like, was just kind of barely on. Which, you know, if your cup is just kind of hanging by a thread, that's gonna mess with you.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, well, he had to rip it. He had to, like, cut his shorts and throw them over the side or whatever.
Oh, really?
If that wasn't his cup, that he threw out to the side, he may have fought that last bit of the fight with no cup. Like, I don't know, because I was still seeing red from Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw. But, so, that surely wasn't helping him. But he got up, you know, so many times whenever George was taking him down. But, yeah. And those people, man, this is why I can't stand people.
I don't think we should ever go out to watch a fight again. It's so obnoxious. Like, we got there so early that the OU game was on. Number one, I hate OU. I hate OU more than I hate the fans somehow. And somehow I hate OU even more just after watching that game with all those fans there.
Yeah.
It's so obnoxious. And the fights were just as obnoxious. Oh my god.
This is when I just boiled over. This is when I boiled over because I didn't even care that the people I was talking about were sitting right next to me and they could hear me. I didn't even care. But if you don't know anything about fights, don't talk during a fight and let your opinion be known to the crowd of people. Don't say when the fighter that you want to win, clearly they wanted GSP to win. So GSP at one point has Michael Bisping down and is hitting him, but Michael Bisping is defending himself. He's fully conscious. He's not even bleeding. George St. Pierre is the one who's bleeding. He's not bleeding. He is on the bottom, and he is defending himself. And these people have the nerve to say, "Stop the fight! Stop the fight!" No, you don't stop the fight. That doesn't work just because the person you want to win is on top punching. That's not how a fight works. He was fully coherent. He was on bottom. He was not bleeding, and he was defending himself. Like, you don't stop the fight then. If you would have stopped, say that person who just had to make their opinion known to the crowd, who knows nothing, okay? And every time they took, George St. Pierre took Michael Bisping down, they were like, "Oh, he's not getting back up." Yes, he is. He's so hard to keep down. He got up. Almost every time. And you can hear my voice is going out. Like, I'm so freaking frustrated. And they're like, "Stop the fight, stop the fight." Or, "Oh, he took him down." Yeah, but look, he's on a trampoline. He bounced right back up. But no. Anyways, that was the most annoying part. I was like, you guys know nothing about Michael Bisping. Like, you know nothing. You for some reason root for GSP because his initials are easy to remember and you can root for him. I'm sure they didn't even know that there was a pay-per-view on tonight. They just happened to show up and they're like, "Wow, this is interesting." GSP. Okay. PSP. You don't know anything about fights. So, but anyways, I had kind of a grudge against that fight to begin with, because like we were talking about once again in the pre-fight podcast, UFC just has to decide whether they're an entertainment company or a sport. Like, why is that happening? Why can GSP roll off the couch 5 years later and say, "I just want to fight for the title in a weight class I've never been in"? Because of these money fights, that's why.
Yeah, it seems like a crock of shit.
Yeah.
It's like there's no hierarchy or ladder or whatever. It'd be like, I don't even know. I don't even have an analogy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like like we were saying, like a bunch of guys went out to a bar and said, "Hey, what if this person fought this person? That'd be sweet, right?" Yeah, but it never happened. Oh, who writes the fights? Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. And here's the thing, about that.
Yes, my friend.
Here's the thing about this is that Dana White keeps saying, everyone would be like, what happens if George St. Pierre actually wins? Like, is he gonna go back down to his weight class, or is he gonna defend the title? And then he kept saying, like, oh, it's in the contract, he has to defend the title if he wins. It's in the contract, he has to defend the title if he wins. But Dana White is such a liar. He's a liar. Like, the last thing he said about George St. Pierre was like, yeah, I know fighting mentality. He will never fight again. We're never going to let him fight again. He's done. He'll never fight again. Or he'll say, Conor McGregor, fighting Floyd Mayweather, no, can't be done. He's not allowed to. Okay, well.
Yeah.
It's just like he lies a lot. So I don't ever take his word for, anything. I will say, George St. Pierre fans, and let me be clear, I really do like George St. Pierre myself. I just did not think that he should have fought Michael Bisping, and I did not think he was gonna win. But anyways, if that is true and he has to defend that title, Robert Whittaker is going to murk him. Robert Whittaker is a eater of worlds. He really is an eater of worlds. And if we even want to go, okay, maybe Yoel Romero. Yoel Romero looks like a freaking superhero, and he's a nasty wrestler. So go ahead. George St. Pierre can wrestle him all he wants, but he's a nasty wrestler who's much bigger than him. So I don't know. Whoever GSP's next fight is, assuming Dana White is not being a liar this time, he's got a big mountain to climb, because number one contender Robert Whittaker is right there in the wings.
Yeah, that's the guy that's injured, right? That's why he didn't fight.
Yeah, but he's not. He was injured.
Okay.
I don't think I'm sure he's ready to come back. And I don't know if you know, but they already booked Perth, which is in Australia, which is where Robert Whittaker's from.
Oh shit.
So he may fight his next fight, Robert Whittaker, coming back, he may get a warm-up fight, and headline Perth. Maybe, I don't know who he would fight, really. But maybe he won't fight GSP there, because of course I don't think Perth will be Perth may be a pay-per-view, but I don't know. But regardless, that fight, I'm okay with the outcome, I guess. I'm okay with most of the outcomes except for TJ Dillashaw.
Crazy. It was a crazy event.
It was, man. I've never been so wrong about UFC before.
Yeah.
This is a first for me. And I'm not trying to be cocky, but it's just like, every night before I go to sleep, every day, every morning when I wake up, every night before I go to bed, like, that's all I'm doing. Like, I'm watching fights.
Yeah.
If you look at, at one point in time, I had a goal for Instagram not to know, like, what I like. So I would just try and like a bunch of random stuff. that I actually did like, and then follow a bunch of pages about a bunch of different stuff, there's no way. It knows 100% that I like fighting now.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
I can't stop following fighters, and just so I can see what they're up to and see what's going on. So yeah, and because I like look at it and watch it and keep up with the news and keep up with how fighters are training and eating and, you know, spending their free time or whatever, I feel like I can pretty much have a sense of who I think is gonna win. But this, I'll be honest, this Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw fight, I haven't been so surprised with an outcome since Conor Nate Diaz won.
Oh shit. Okay.
And that was a long time ago.
That was.
Yeah. And I should have known that, you know, Cody Garbrandt was going to lose when, you know, there was a fight, a real fight, both times. I was super shocked at an outcome of a fight. Anytime there's a real fight there, I'm going to be like, well, the person I want to win is not going to win. It was a real fight. So,
You want to wrap it?
yo, my name is Brad. I like to eat bread. What do you mean?
We've been doing a podcast.
Yeah.
You want to wrap it?
Yeah, we can. Let us know. Let us know how you guys felt and what you guys thought about the fights. And who you thought was gonna win. Did this surprise you? Do I not know crap and you called all of them? You know, I don't know.
Let us know if Jacob's actually a UFC genius.
Please don't. Till next time.
Thanks for listening.